Okay, I'm gonna do this totally different than what I was doing in 2022. What I said was in 2023, it's for sure going to be all about thee, and thee meaning the ranch homeowners, but I'm gonna be throwing some left curves. So this is just a intro, and but today is Thursday, February 16th, 2023, and if you're a ranch homeowner, and today you should have received your voting packet for the CC&Rs. Right off the top, I'm telling every ranch homeowner disapproved them. I'm going to be breaking down that draft number 4 amended and this other amended draft, and I can't figure out these dates. They don't put no dates on them, but what I'm going to do is I am going to read the what came in the mail. So pardon me, I just today updated this new software, and I'm still navigating, and I'm just going to do this straight raw. I'm not going to do any editing. So let me bring up, hold on folks, I need to bring this back for a hot sec, and then I need to bring over here and then take him out, and then that should be the desktop. So I'm talking myself through it, but I promise you, of all the videos for the past year, these series that I'm going to go through, you will gonna get fully informed. So let me bring this up to here. Okay, so it came today on the 16th, and so I'm just like right off the top, that was February 3rd, and today's the 16th. So why it takes so long, we shall soon, well, we'll see in the future. But I'm going to read this, but I'm going to have the narrator read it for you and for me, and then I'm going to tell you what's going to be coming up in the future prior to the February 27th 2023 board meeting around the corner on at Denny's, and I'm going to be there. Some other people supposed to pop in unannounced, which it may be very interesting. So if you can be there on Pittman Road the 27th, it's going to be interesting. But as for me, I'm going to be asking a lot of questions that homeowners will want me to ask, but you wouldn't do it because you wouldn't want to get confrontational with these particular board members. Well, they have one bully on there, but I'll get to him on the next video. So anyway, let this read for you.
Ranch Owners Association. Care of C&C Property Management. February 3, 2023. Voting instructions and ballot materials for approval of proposed amended and restated bylaws and CC&Rs. Dear members, we hope you had an opportunity to attend the November 12, 2022, Town Hall meeting where members were given the opportunity to ask questions about the proposed new governing documents. A final copy of the proposed amended and restated bylaws and Declaration of Covenants, Conditions and Restrictions, CC&Rs, were mailed to you on October 24, 2022, along with a letter from the Association's Board of Directors summarizing the key changes. If you need another copy, please feel free to email the Association's manager, Rich Cardosi at CNC Property Management, rich@cropm.com. This voting instructions letter and the enclosed voting materials are being sent to you by the Association's Inspector of Election, Kelly Cooper at Bay Area Board Elections, and your ballot will need to be returned to the Inspector of Election per the voting instructions outlined below. This voting instructions letter and the enclosed voting materials are being sent to you by the Association's Inspector of Election, Kelly Cooper at Bay Area Board Elections, and your ballot will need to be returned to the Inspector of Election per the voting instructions outlined below. Voting instructions. 1. Election packets, enclosed, are mailed to all owners at least 30 days before the election. 2. Your packet contains a ballot for the approval of the amended and restated bylaws and CC&Rs, 2. A small blank white ballot envelope, and 3. A larger envelope addressed to the Inspectors of Election with your return address in the upper left-hand corner. 3. Put your completed ballot in the blank white ballot envelope and seal it. Please do not write anything on this smaller envelope. 4. Put the blank white ballot envelope inside the larger envelope addressed to the Inspector of Election and seal it. 5. In the space provided in the upper left-hand corner of the return envelope, please sign your name and verify that your return address within the association is correct. Your ownership of this property is what entitles you to vote. Please note, the larger envelope must be signed in order for your vote to be counted. 6. Mail the return envelope to, pre-addressed and stamped envelope is enclosed. Inspector of Election. The Ranch Owners Association. Do Bay Area Board Elections. Attention, Kelly Cooper. 115 Crest Ridge Lane, Concord, California 94521. 7. This election will be conducted entirely by mail. To be counted, your ballot must be received by the Inspector of Election no later than 5 p.m. on Wednesday, March 8, 2023. The Inspector of for 25 Merchant Street, Suite 101, Vacaville, California 95688. Phone 707-447-6088. Fax 707-447-2831. rich@cropm.com. 8. Quorum and approval requirements. In order to conclude the election, the Inspector of Election must receive enough ballots to constitute a quorum of voters. The current bylaws dictate that at least 40% of the membership must vote by the end of the balloting period in order to conclude the election, meaning that at least 160 ballots must be received. If quorum is not achieved, the board may extend the balloting period and schedule another meeting to open and tabulate the ballots, at which time the quorum requirement decreases to 33 1/3%, 133 ballots, approval of a majority of the membership is required to adopt the proposed amended and restated bylaws in CC&Rs, meaning that at least 200 yes votes must be received in order for the new documents to be approved. 9. The Inspector of Election will receive and hold the ballots inside of their unopened envelopes until they are opened and tabulated at the meeting scheduled for March 9, 2023 at 6:3 p.m. at Denny's, or thereafter, if the board extends the deadline for receipt of ballots. 10. The election results will be announced within 15 days of the counting of the votes, and are usually announced as soon as the counting is completed at the meeting. You do not need to attend the March 9, 2023 meeting at which the ballots will be opened and tabulated, but you are welcome to do so to observe the procedure. You may find the association's election rules at bit.ly/the Rancho rules. Should you require another copy of the proposed amended and restated bylaws and CC&Rs that are the subject of the enclosed ballot, please contact the association's manager, whose contact information follows below. Very truly yours, Rich Cardosi, CNC Property Management. 707-447-6088 extension 205-425 Merchant Street, Suite 101 Vacaville, California 95688 707-447-6088 extension 205. 425 Merchant Street, Suite 101 Vacaville, California 95688. Phone 707-447-6088 fax 7074.
Okay, let me cut this mic down. I'm gonna take over from here, and I'm gonna go through here real quick because this is the intro. Let me see the form. There's something about here that the form was provided you along with the associated members dated. Nope, we never got that. October 24th, 2022. None of us got that. Okay. And so they're going to need to prove that. But here, like I said, off the top, disapprove. And I'm going to go through. This stuff is just repeated from the other thing, and this is the postage envelope to where it's supposed to go back to. Why is it not scrolling? So anyway, what I'm gonna do real quick, because I don't want to run this long. It's like 12 minutes. I want to try to get this under 20. So I'm going to be going through each. Let me put this back up here to the top. So I'm going to be going through the draft number 4, and I'm going to be going through everything. Okay, and it's a lot of. I'm having a problem. Let me see. Let's scroll here. So I was looking sections and going through them and whatnot, and let me see, and this is going to be, you know what? No, that's going to take me too much time. So like I told you, I'm doing this raw. So this is the amended draft number 4, and if you haven't got it, you should have gotten it. Let me bring this back up here. All right, so this one here is like the members only review, another draft. It has no number on it, what draft number this is. I think this is what I was looking at, and ask some questions. Let me bring this on down. I could do it on a shorter one. So notice these sections, like 8.2 da 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 da. So go on down. I think so. I got my throat. Where is it? I gotta bypass that. But like I said, each document is going to be a video. So that's one. It's going to be a series. So this is the intro that I just did, and that's going to be part 1, part 2 video, And part 3, then I'm going to be going through some certain sections, and what I came to realize is that for years, and I'm going to tell you, I've been stupid because I really haven't cared, but I'm woke based on the drama that happens. And fortunate for me, I know how to navigate the laws. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a retired cop that's very sharp and witty, as they say. So it's going to have a video that I'm just going to go through a lot of things and point out to you, homeowners, that y'all need to be asking February 27 because money is coming in and money is going out, and it's not going where it should be, and we're not being told what's coming in that's not shown to us, that I'm going to bring to your attention. All right, so then I'm gonna go back to the 2022. So notice we went from $48 a month, which is low compared to a lot of other places. So we're actually blessed. But the fact that we're blessed and it's so small, these group of board members, and I'm going to go back to the old board members, and so I may ruffle some old board members because it's either you knew certain things that I'm going to bring up or you didn't know. And so when this comes into play, you're going to have to speak up, because I promise you, it's not a threat, I promise you, the complaints are tight, and based on what, I don't want to give it up yet. Let me see. So it went up to 55. So we're gonna go back over here. Then we're gonna go. So unlost count. Let me go back. So this was the intro. 1 video, 2 video, 3 video, 4. I got 2 more to go, and then they should be out the door. Okay, then I'm gonna go back. So notice they finally got ballots today, 2023, but we haven't seen any election ballots since 2018. And I'm not doing a video on this per se, but it's going to do with the election and how Senate Bill 323, I'm going to show you where they have violated the law. I'm saying election fraud, like Trump couldn't prove election fraud, but homeowner Jimmy Lewis is able to prove it. And how I can prove it is that if they don't have no copies of the ballots that they were supposed to keep, and especially when I put in my request last year, within a year of the last election, they violated the law and they destroyed the ballots. So they say. They never was mailed out. So until they can prove it, they're all a bunch of liars. All right, so let me go here. So now this is going to be really interesting. I've done a video on the minutes before, but I'm gonna, since I did that, I found out that these minutes for months have been falsified in certain areas. And so that is a violation of any falsification of corporate documents. And so if I'm saying that I can prove it, I can prove it. I've been saying it. And so that takes me to why they are on my job, the San Francisco Police Department, to try to stop me from divulging and making these complaints that I'm about to complain. So have at it, folks. Y'all already putting major money in my pocket in the future, and homeowners are going to be ticked off. So and then the other, I'm not doing a video on the complaint, but I'm doing a video on this. So what you guys don't know, and a lot of, well, they talk about it. So you see these apartments here, the ranch, the Bridgepoint Ranch, they're part of our association, and they actually have been paying into our association for, as far as I can so far see, but it's beyond, because I don't know the exact amount, but they were paying $2,600 a month into our association. But I can't, we don't see what money is coming in from the homeowners, what's our operating, well, the budget they give us is the operating expense, but they only show the outgoing but not the in. And what's going to be interesting about this is that you always hear Rich Cardosi and the president of the board. I'm gonna be doing a thing on the newsletter, just a video on that, and then point out some stuff. Newsletters under the corporate law is official documents, and so therefore if you put false information into a newsletter, that's falsification of corporate docs. So I'm going to do a whole thing here, but based on my calculation, $2,600, over $2,600 a year, over 30K. And then if you just go back to 2009, when C&C Property Management took over, they've taken in like well over 400,000 or close to it. So if you do the calculation, but I'm going to go into how they are part of our association, and I'm going to show you real quick. And then the other thing here. Oh, when the so we haven't heard nothing about the election, so I'm be doing the election stuff along with the minutes, but I think I said this in one video, and trust me folks, I don't really want to be on the board, but if it's no other homeowners that want to step up, okay, then when you get the ballots, you can write my name in. Okay, you can write my name in if my name is not on the ballot, and I'm going to be flyering the whole neighborhood and I'm probably gonna flyer it before the 27th, and I'm gonna explain why. Because last year, the president of the board, she tried to get that frivolous temporary restraining order to stop me on certain things, and her statement was totally fabricated, and she put it in there that I was trying to make the homeowners come after her. And she said I flyered it. I said I was going to flyer it, but I never did it. But she put that under penalty of perjury that I flyered the whole neighborhood to come after her. And I'm gonna go through the court stuff. That's going to be a whole new video with a whole different angle, and then I'm going to do all the false police reports she filed on me as a video itself. So let me back this out. I want to just take away this stuff here, and then I thought I had, let me see, match. So I'm gonna this is okay, hold on. All right, I need to bring one more thing up, and then I'm Audi. Let me see, ranch docs. So I'm looking for the original ranch CC&Rs that I'm going to throw them a left curve, because these are the originals. See, I'm an original homeowner. I put down my down payment December 2000, second phase. So those of us whose first phase, second phase, I've been over here 20 years, will have this, okay? Like the president, you know, she's only been here from 2013. I was living on this property 13 years even before she got here, and then she thinks she knows everything. I bet you she ain't got that. Okay, and then you see here, there's one thing that pop up here. Let me see here. This right here. You see this here? Violate state and federal fair housing laws. I'm going to be filing a federal complaint against this HOA as a whole, and that's going to mess a lot of people up. But unfortunately, I'm a victim, and so, but you're going to become a victim. You are victims based on a lot of actions that I'm going to be pointing out. So they don't have this. I know she don't, and based on the new CC&Rs, and then they're kind of like saying certain stuff. It's a lie, and I'm gonna be able to point that out. So see, I got like all of this is up in here. Okay, there is. So they're sending the original. Okay, so look at this pretty quickly. I know I'm going through it, but it's, you know. Okay, so the Bridge Point Ranch is part of us because of this section here. All right, now I'm not going to give any copies of this out because this is like my ace in the hole. Okay, and so I'm gonna be able to tear them up with the old CC&Rs because they keep on saying, yeah, they're 22 years old. Yeah, they are, because if you look right here, yeah, January 22, yeah, so the 22 years. Okay, so the apartment Bridge Point Ranch is part of our association, and for the purposes of voting rights and assessment, they have been supposed to put in their votes, and I'm gonna go through this again, but they have 198 votes. For every 3 apartment, they get 1 vote because they pay one homeowner dues. And so you divide that 198, so every 3, 64 votes. They get 64 times they pay us money into our association. So if you multiply 64 times, or 55 times 64, because their dues got raised, that's their new amount. If you go back to last year, you take that $48 and multiply it by 64, and then you can see how much they pay in a year. But like us homeowners, they haven't gotten 64 ballots in years. That's a fact. Why is that? I'm going to get into that, and that's going to be a video itself. So what it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Video. That's what I do. And I only started doing, I've been doing videos my whole police career, and normally I have to put them together for court. And so I brought it all over to YouTube for the rant. So with that, I am going to end, and I'll have all these videos out before the 27th. So stay tuned, look for it. Oh, I'm forgetting one thing. So hold up. So I'm going to be putting a lot other documents. I don't want to Dropbox certain things, but certain things I'm going to put within my website at jameslewis.us, and let me see. I might as well show this. So I've been accused of no, but you can go in here and see what this private investigation is about. I may talk about that, but I'm having a field day with the complaint that the attorney filed on me at San Francisco Police Department on the same allegations, crimes that got thrown out in court here in Fairfield. I'm going to be doing a video on that. So I'm going to be putting a lot of documents in a private area, private group area here. So you may click. That's out of my mouth. Click. And support at jameslewis.us is for this website. But in order to get into this private area, and you're gonna have to come over here, it's gonna have you register, okay? And so I'm gonna have a lot of stuff that the homeowners are going to want to download as for evidence as to how you're victims as I am as a homeowner. And I want to tell you that Berkshire Residential Investment that owns the Bridgeport Point Ranch, even though they're a big old corporation and investments through all the U.S., they're our neighbors. They're actually our neighbors. So don't get, if you ever have to talk to somebody from Berkshire, they're not, if they're talking to you, they're not there to harm you. They got a lot of lawyers, okay? They got a lot of lawyers that will help you. I got some info on that coming too. So anyway, come here. You put in your name. The only thing I don't have on here, I forgot. Sometimes I do make a mistake. Oh yeah, no, I didn't. So you're gonna have to put it in here that you're a homeowner, or I'll wind up emailing you back where your address is and all that, because only ranch homeowners is coming into this portion, and everybody that comes, I'm going to be screening you, because you know, some people still believe that president is working in their best interests, and she's not. Okay, she's not. So so you come there, register, and then send. I'll get it. I'll probably email you back. I'm gonna vet you, and then take it from there. So anyway, let me take this out, and with that, I am going to say good night, and it's before midnight.